welcome everybody to our very first The Great Discovery special workshop. This is an income producing activity workshop, and today we are focusing on one social media platform, that is Facebook. I love Facebook, and every social media platform has a different language. Now, if this is the very first time you and I are meeting, my name is Ali Madawi, and I am the Executive Vice President of The Great Discovery, and I'm privileged and honored to be here and work with you day in and day out to create the best results that you desire, not only out of our community, but out of life overall. I've been privileged to be in the business community for the last 16 years, and I've had the honors to be mentored by Sandra Harry, our co-CEO, and Kathy Lawson, our Chief Knowledge Officer, back in 2017. And though I've done okay in the network marketing space, in the traditional business space prior, I've never had the big scalability that everybody desires in business. So from 2017 until today, I've been privileged and had the opportunity to take a company public, one company pre-IPO. I've written 2 books, both went bestsellers. I've expanded and grown companies in 5 different continents. I share this with you for one main reason, that I am the product of the Great Discovery. And I'm asking you to pay attention to everything that I'm going to share with you, because though we are focusing on Facebook and on social media, the Great Discovery is within everything that I do. It has helped my marriage. It has helped my businesses. It has helped my relationships with my siblings and my parents. And now it is allowing me to work with you hand in hand. So if you are ready, let me know in the chat, and let me know if your video is up. Give me those thumbs up. I'm all about positivity and positive excitement and good energy. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start. So Facebook is the hub for me, and the hub meaning that's the primary platform that I use anytime I use social media. And the reason is Facebook is a very social platform in the sense of communication, right? If you go to Instagram, everyone is just, tap and swipe, tap and swipe, tap and swipe. If you go to LinkedIn, it's very business focused. So if somebody's talking to you, there's always an angle. All other platforms have different languages and different cultures. When it comes to Facebook specifically, it is about communicating. It's about commenting. It's about sitting down and watching a video that may be longer than a minute or 5 minutes or so. So it is very, very interactive. And for me, my goal is to make my Facebook friends true friends. It is not just about having followers or connections. It's about having real relationships. So let me go ahead and show you. First and foremost, I'm going to go to my personal profile. So right underneath the logo of Facebook, I'm going to press my name, and then it's going to take me to my personal profile. And the reason I'm taking you to my personal profile, I want to show you how you actually set up a profile. So first things first, if you notice, the biggest real estate that you have is the cover photo. The cover photo is that big image that you see at the very top. 99% of the time is the very first thing that we all look at that grabs our attention. It is more exciting or more important in this process than your profile picture or your content, because this is the very first thing that people see. So my recommendation to you in your cover image or cover photo, do not put your business card, don't put a product, don't put the cost of the the packages we have, don't put the compensation plan. Use it to create an emotional connection right away. Some of you, and I'm watching you in a grid view, as soon as I show this, some of you smile just for the simple fact that I have that picture right in there, right? It creates an emotional connection. It shows you who I am. I'm all about family. I'm all about my kids and my wife. I think for those of you, we spent time in Florida together, I think you have an idea, right? So make sure it is something that creates an emotional engagement right away, because, and it tells me a little bit about who you are. Secondly, your profile image, you would want it to be your headshot. Sometimes people use it for a logo, or they use a picture of the whole family, or they put a picture of a dog, or they put a picture of a little child. You have no idea how many times I get a friend request with a child's face on it. And I'm like, I don't want to accept that. So I decline it right away. So make sure, just like a realtor, they put a headshot on their flyers or on their banner or or on their business card, you want to make sure that you're giving me first impression. Now, it doesn't have to be a professional photo shoot, can be a selfie. As long as I see your face and I see your smile and I see who you are and I feel your emotion. Emotion simply means energy in motion. That's the transference of energy. So I want to be able to feel your excitement, right? Next, you will see right underneath my picture, it says intro. That intro space, you would want it to be something that is relevant to you. By the way, that core values, those 4 items, I've had them in there since 2017. Those are the great discovery processes that I went on, and I identified my 5 or top 5 core values. So my recommendation to you is go through the process and identify your core values. So if you are seeing that right off the bat, you are understanding and identifying respect, family first, honesty, abundance, and to learn. That is my 5 top core values. I operate within those each and every single day. Nothing else is above that. So if you and I are to connect, we're going to connect in those core values. It's kind of like leave me or leave me alone kind of a thing, right? Or rather, love me and leave me alone. Now, you will notice the next thing immediately underneath it is the bio. So the bio itself is your current CV or your resume. If your bio just says lives in New York, New York, or born in Brooklyn, New York, and that's all it says. So 2 things are happening. Number one, when you're sending me a friend request or you're trying to communicate with me, my mindset is, why do I care to talk to you? Who are you? Why should I bother and talking to you, right? So take advantage of having that. And again, I do have a few updates that I have to do, but you want to make sure you use it as a resume. And there are 3 things that you are to consider to put on your bio. The very first one is anything professional, anything professional. Now, some of you may say, well, I don't have anything impressive. It's not about impressive. It's about relatable. You notice right in there, I have Ruby Tuesday when I was working in the restaurants. How is that relevant to the business world that I'm in and what I've achieved over the last couple of years? It's relevant because the average individual who may not be relatable to the executive Ali Medawi, they're going to relate to, oh, he was actually working a regular job in a regular restaurant just like everybody else and worked his way up. So it creates relatability. The second thing that you want to put content in there, Facebook would go to work for you instead of you working for Facebook. When you see the list of, you may also know these people, the suggestions of friendships that Facebook would show you, that is 100% based on your bio. So Facebook will take the information from my bio and suggest other people who may have worked in Ruby Tuesday, who may have worked in other companies, who may be authors, who may be entrepreneurs, who may be speakers, who may be content creators, and so on and so forth. So if you don't have your bio filled out, guess what you're doing? You're allowing Facebook to suggest you to random people from Brooklyn, New York, and you wonder why you got creepers on your inbox telling you, hey, you look so beautiful, I want to talk to you. That's because you did not give Facebook content to use to recommend you, and vice versa, for other people to be recommended to you that are relatable. So make sure anything that is professional, anything that is academic, and a little bit of personal that you want to put out there. So professional, academic, and personal. So as you notice, I have everything all the way down to where I was born and where I lived, and the high school that I went to, and the colleges that I studied in, and all, like literally everything that I am. Again, I have a few updates that I have to do from the last 3 months that I got to add in there. But other than that, my bio is created. Look, my Instagram is in there, my Skype, my SoundCloud, my Twitter, my app, like everything is right on my bio. Even my hobbies and things that I love and I like. You see, it says traveling, cooking, investment, eating, relaxing. All those things are used. That's how your algorithms are used to connect you and refer you to other individuals. That's literally all I want to do right now to recommend to you is, first of all, just a recap, the cover image, as my Facebook screen is going crazy. The very first thing is the cover image. It has to create an emotional connection, something that tells me something about you without telling me something about you, right? Profile image, make sure that it's your headshot and make sure it's something current. Realtors, no offense, if any realtors we have in here, they're infamous of using their high school picture for their whole career, in their picture. Like, Don't use a picture from like high school, and then when you have a Zoom or a meet and greet with somebody, they don't recognize you, right? Because that picture is creating an immediate connection. Use a new picture of yourself. And me personally, I change the picture every 30 days, and I'll explain to you why in just a little bit, okay? So last but not least, we talked about the bio, right? Now let's go into the actual timeline. So the timeline is where the content is, right? These pictures and imagery and everything that you're seeing right now. So there's one big rule that I have. Who goes in my timeline? Ready? 3 people. It's me, myself, and I. You can tag me, but I will hide it. In other words, so there's a difference. The timeline is what you're looking at in your own personal wall. The news feed is where everyone's content, including yours, is. So if you tag me in something, I hide it. Now I hide it or I archive it. Now everybody else still sees it, still can comment on it, still can do whatever they would want to do, right? But in my timeline, it won't show. For example, this was an interview I've done earlier today. Hide, see where it says hide from profile? I press those 3 dots and hide from profile. The reason is I work extremely hard to develop my influence, to create attraction. The last thing I want is to have Christine Quinn, as much as I love you, in my timeline, and everybody's like, who's that attractive, amazing, intellectual woman? They click on you, they forgot about me, and just like that, I lost a potential prospect, or I lost a potential connection that I have, right? So extremely important that you protect your wall. Let me put it like this in a simplest way possible. If you were to have me in your house as a guest, and then I open a backpack and I start taking out my pictures and family pictures, and I'm putting them everywhere around your table and your nightstand and on your wall, what are you gonna say? Hey, buddy, I love you, I really do, but I kind of don't want you to have your picture and family picture in my house. I want my memories and my family pictures, right? Same thing in here. Make sure that your house has your pictures, right? So it's okay for people to tag you. I just don't show it on my actual timeline. I hide it. So that's what I do. So that's why you will notice it's me, and me everywhere. That's all, right? Everything. So here, for example, this is a great example. Mr. Allen, I love you too much. I'm tagged in here, right? Hide from profile. So I am still tagged. Here's another one. I love too. She's amazing. I'm not removing the tag, just hiding from profile. So everybody still can see it, comment on it, and share it. I just don't want you, if I'm prospecting you for the very first time, to go on my timeline and you're like, who's this person? And totally forget about me. The other end, you know, sometimes people post about random crazy stuff. You don't want them to be, you know, challenging or a question mark or like, you know, making you look bad in a way, if you will. Okay. So these are the 4 things that we got to focus on before we start prospecting: cover image, profile image, bio, and timeline. Okay. Now I'm going to share from my phone to show you the same exact view and what it looks like from mobile, okay? In the mobile, you got to click on about to see, you know, everything that's in there. And then there's the timeline. So it's the same exact thing. Now, if I wanted to hide, so let's say I want to hide this interview from today that I've done. I press on the 3 dots on the top right corner. And then I go right to, well, this is mine. So I'm just going to move to archive. So when I move it to archive, everybody on the timeline still sees it. It's just not on, I mean, on newsfeed, it's just not on my timeline. Now, one more thing, on the very top right, there's binoculars. You see, I mean, the magnifier glass. I click on that, you see the Great Discovery? The Great Discovery Official. If you have not followed it or liked it yet, see where it says liked? Make sure you go to it and you click liked. That way, anytime there's any information like the announcement earlier today about this event that we are on, you are on the know of everything that is happening, right? All right. Any questions? Because we're about to go prospecting mode right now. Anybody has any questions?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, this is Mary Pierre. I just received the invitation about this event right now. Is it possible for you to review what you just mentioned?
Unfortunately
3.6.
not for the sake of time, but I recorded the whole thing. So the first 20 minutes that you've missed, it'll be in the recording for you.
No problem. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Ali, I just want to know how you find your archive stuff later.
Great question. So if you go to your content, you go under videos, it's right there. Or posts, you will always see it. That'll never go away. It's just hidden from your timeline. So right at the very top, posts, videos, more, you can see everything. Articles, everything is right in there. It doesn't go away. It's just hidden from your timeline. Okay. All right. Are we ready to prospect? I'm about to show you. So it's 6:20. I'm about to show you how I'm going to create 30 conversations, 30 opportunities right now of talking to people in the next 30 minutes or less. And I want you to work with me. So if you are on your desktop, make sure you have your phone, because I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And I want you to give it a try with me. If you were just doing 10 instead of 30 that I'm going to do, 5 instead of 30 is much better than you've ever done before. But if you do what I'm about to show you right now, I can assure you, you will become a top producer within 4 months. And I'll share the numbers that I shared on stage one more time. Okay. So here's what I do. First things first, on the very bottom right, I click on the menu item. Very bottom right, I click on the menu. Now, if you have an Android, it's probably on the top right, right? My little picture, menu, or it's like little three lines. It's like, we call it the hamburger. So if you click on that, I'm gonna go to feeds, which is the second option for me right there. For you, you might not see it if you've never used it. If you have never used feeds, scroll down a little and click on see more. That way it shows you everything that is available because it's probably hidden, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go to feeds right now. Why do I do that? If I was to go with everything that is algorithmic in here, so you notice our co-CEO, Sandra Harry, she was giving everybody thank you 9 minutes ago, great. If I go down a little, 43 minutes ago, there was another post, okay. 20 minutes ago, so how come the 43 minutes is over the 20? It's not chronological, it doesn't make sense, right? Underneath it, 23 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago, and you notice it's just not in order, right? None of it is actually in order. 4 hours ago, 19 minutes ago. So what I want to do is turn it into chronological order, feeds. And then at the very top, you see there are some tabs that I'm moving where it says all, favorite, friends. So I'm going to go to friends. And the reason I've done that, you see, Charlotte posted right underneath where it says with, you can see 2 minutes ago. So the chances for Charlotte to respond to me right this minute, right now, is like extremely high. Now I'm gonna leave Charlotte a note because I know she's in Debbie's network. You know, I'm gonna go to the next. So look at Donna 3 minutes ago, right? I'm gonna click in there, like so. It's performing Alex May 14th. Anyone want to join us? Okay, so that's an opportunity, right? So here's my message, right? So I haven't talked to her since July 25th. Let me first of all change the language to English. Hey, I've noticed we haven't spoken since our birthday. How the heck are you? Now notice, I'm not using any special scripts or anything. I'm being a human being. So the goal in here is just to be a human being and create a connection. Because when she does come back to me, it's gonna be like, I'm good, how are you? Now we're in dialogue mode, but we'll get to that in a second, right? Let's go to Jade. Hey, you're very welcome. So last time she said, thank you so much for obviously reaching and saying happy birthday. You're very welcome. How have you been? Here's conversation number 2 in 2 minutes, right? Again, the goal is to create connections, is to create conversation. It's not about prospecting right now. It's just to create a conversation. Now, you notice this message I sent to Amelia on Tuesday. We've never spoken before. I said, Amelia, I see we've been connected, but never interacted. I so look forward to learn more about you and your professional background, right? Now she read it. See the little logo, an icon of her picture on the bottom? That means she read it. So here's what I'm going to say. Knock, knock. Oops. Knock, knock. LOL. So a little humor. Hopefully she says who's there, and then we can joke about it. Again, if you notice, I am not by any means necessary talking about business. I want a human interaction. That's the main thing right now. And I know each and every one of us, no matter how you tell me I'm old school, new school, we are good at one thing. We're good at building relationships and talking to people belly to belly. This is the belly to belly part, right? So Tanya, RN, on a mission to inspire. I feel like I spoke to her a couple of days ago. Nope. Okay, so July 14, 2022. Hey, goodness. I see I haven't reached out since your birthday. Bad friend on my end. So sorry. I hope you and the kiddos are great. Now, why did I mention the kiddos? Mom, on a mission to inspire, heal. So I know she's in some health and wellness network marketing company, right? But mom was the very first thing that's a core value of hers. So I am just being a human being and connecting. Now, you notice I have 4 people that message me. I'll come back to it in a second. When I'm creating connections, I don't like to stop and talk to one person because one person can take a whole 30 minutes. I want to get my 30 out of the way. And if 4 or 5, 10 of them respond, then I can handle that conversation appropriately, right? So let's go to the next. We're on 3 now. Thomas. Let's see. Okay, so Thomas, English is not the very first language. Okay, so I'll come back to him because I'm not sure I can connect with him as far as the language itself goes. Paul. So Paul is a huge success story, by the way. This kid he went from nothing to a multimillionaire on YouTube. Hey, boss. It's been a while. How the heck are you? You notice I'm just looking for a human interaction, not the business right now. I'll leave you alone, Debbie Snyder, for now. So I pitched him on some academy on July 27th. What's up, stranger? Oops. Not like you to stay quiet. Not quarters. Quiet. How are you? Jennifer, did you have a question? I saw you unmute. Jennifer Lambert?
No, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't it. I'm sorry.
You're good. No worries. Johnny. Future belongs to those who have possibility before we come on. Okay, let's see. You're welcome. Hope all is well. November 1st. So I answered him on Tuesday. Hey. Just doing another check. Okay. We're at 5 in 5 minutes. Joshua. Hey, thank you for your last comment. So he sent a nice comment to me earlier, and I'm using that as a connection point. Okay, brand new training. Okay, he's doing the coaching thing. He's all about Christ. Okay, cool. Ellie, nice to meet you, brother. I just wanted to know a story. Very cool. Hey, I see we connected, but never followed through. So this is going to be my direct hit because looks like we had some connection before. I'd love to do a virtual coffee sometime in the next few days. So a virtual coffee is essentially me and you having a meet and greet on Zoom. That's all. Just a let's connect kind of a message. Harry, okay, happy Women's Day. And by the way, happy International Women's Day to all of you superpowers. You are amazing, incredible, awesome in every single way. Without you, we are nothing. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being you, ladies. So OMG, we haven't spoken since 2021. I owe you the Starbucks. Again, nothing but a human element. If anybody tells me this is hard, okay, that means you're not a human being. I'm not asking you to prospect, send any message or anything. It is simply just connecting with people. Once somebody responds, then we go from there. Milton, I'm gonna leave you alone. Also, Jennifer, I'm gonna leave you alone. Christine, we talked yesterday. Gina Marie. Hey, rock star. Now I'm gonna go really, really direct. And here's why I'm going really, really direct. I have a very good relationship with Gina Marie, so I feel comfortable talking to her business. I just took on as EVP on the biggest project on my career. And I do know we gel well. Wanted to run things by you. No, it's not the typical ocean lotion MLM stuff. So I'm being very, very direct. This is a direct prospect. And the reason is I'm very comfortable with her. I've known her for almost 16 years. Cool stuff. Dr. Ronnie DeLuz. So Dr. Ronnie is Steve Harvey's health and wellness partner. I've started the whole Steve Harvey campaign a couple of years ago, but she never answers. Hey, we'll see if she comes back. Oops. Hey, Doc. I've missed you. Oops, not kissed you. That'll get me in trouble. You and messaged you. Let's connect soon. Okay. Go. Alan, it's an honor, International Women's Day. All right, great guy. Okay, he's clearly a business coach. I have client, business owner, scale, fast sustainability. See, I gave him the first message. I gave him the knock knock. One last try. Now, the reason I say one last try, I have one rule. If I message you 3 times and you read my message and you don't respond, you either are not social or you don't want to talk to me. 2 reasons that I'm going to unfriend you. The reason I'm going to unfriend you is Facebook only allows me 5,000 friends. Yes, I can have millions following me, and I have like 7,000 following me, but that's not the point. I want to have real meaningful relationships. So if you read it 3 times, it's like this. It's like real human elements. If I was your neighbor and you walk by me the first day as a neighbor and I say, good morning, neighbor, and you just turn your face, all right, maybe she didn't hear me. Second day, hey, how are you? You turn the other way. Maybe she's having a bad day. The third time, hey, is everything okay? You still ignore me. What do you think I'm gonna do the 4th time? I'm not gonna bother, right? Like you don't want to talk to me, which is okay. So again, I want you to please maintain the mindset of it's not about knowing digital social media. It's about being a human being. You're just typing what you would normally do face to face. That's really what I teach. Okay. All right. Fly high, dream big, Philadelphia, right? All right, let's go. Quick message. Hey, Rockstar, we haven't chatted in a while. How are you? Okay, I think we're at like 7 or 8, right? Jada, I think I messaged her already. Yes. What's up, you? When can we connect? Again, you see, I'm going direct connection. That's because I have a very good, healthy relationship with her. You have to use your best judgment, right? You got to go from the far left, which is, I don't know you, and that's where I said, hey, I so look forward to learn more about you and your professional background. And then the far right, you are my best friend. I'm going to tell you, hey, when can we connect? I got something I want to run by you. So Richie. Hey, brother. When can we chat? So again, I'm going right to it. So when he says, you know, it's, again, in a little bit, I'm going to stop probably in about 5 minutes or so. Anybody messaging, by the way, or am I the only one? Who else is working with me? Let me know in the chat. Who's working with me? Kelly. So here's an example of someone we've never spoke to. Hey, Kelly. I see we've been connected, but never interacted. I so look forward to learn more about you and your professional background. That's how you start a new relationship. When you have somebody like, I don't know what to say, I never talked to them before, that's what you say. And use your own words. You don't have to copy me. Be you, be a human being. Hey, we haven't connected since 10/22. And you came across my news feed. How are things? Okay, let's go to the next. Augustine. Beneficios de meditación. Okay, I don't have stuff in Spanish for you just yet, but I'll come back to you, I promise. All right, so me and him talked for a couple of days now. Hey, quick question. I'm gonna come back to him. Those are, by the way, the best. So what I do is, and what I recommend you do, grab the attention first, right? Hey, quick question. Wait for them to say, what's up? And then you can go ahead for the conversation. What you don't want to do is send a whole paragraph. Hey, what's up, John? How are you? I just started an opportunity that I'm really, really excited about, and I think you'll be perfect for it. It's about such and such and such and such and such. Here's the link for the video. Can you let me know when we can follow up? That is vomiting on people. That is not the way you want to build any business. That's the biggest flaw in network marketing, is many people think if I just put the information in front of the person, they're going to be interested. Rather, you want to be a consultant, an advisor, have a natural human conversation. So the reason I connect first, I wait for people to come back to me. I respect their time. Once I talk the highs and the how are yous, we go into what we call discovery. Discovery is like, so what's going on in your life? How you been doing post, COVID? How you making up with these gas prices? How are you dealing with this inflation? I'm looking for a reason why. After there is an agreement on a reason why, that's when I would prospect. Again, I'll show you in a minute or two. Well, thank you so much. You're welcome. Are you still in business? So this is another way that you can grab people's attention. Everyone wants to talk about their business. And I'm okay with that because they can use the great discovery to add more value. No problem. So I'll come back to that. Talia. All right, awesome. I'll come back to this. Doug. What's up, my friend? I haven't talked to him forever ago. This is my last one, maybe. Once it hits 6:40, I'm gonna stop. That it looks like the last time he asked me what I do. Since Tatiana, I talked to her already. So, okay. I one messaged. All right, so I said happy birthday. She didn't respond. A long time. Okay. Let's take a little pause in here. And I'm gonna see if there are any questions that I need to address. Alice, great job, Alice. Thank you so much for working with me. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Jennifer, Amber. Let's go. Sean, you rock. Keep them coming. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Does anyone have any question about the connection point? So remember, connecting is not prospecting or talking about business. It's just creating a dialogue, provoking somebody to respond to you and say, hey, how you been? Or yes, it's been a long time. Or, oh my God, what's going on with you? I haven't talked to you for a long time either. Thank you so much for commenting on the, thank you for asking. Go ahead, Jennifer, talk to me.
I said that I noticed that you haven't been used addressing people by name. Wouldn't it be make it a little bit more personal if you use people's names when you're addressing them?
Yeah, so if it's a very first interaction, definitely address by name. But if I've talked to you before and I'm just coming back and responding to whatever the last connection we had, personally, if I was sitting next to you and you said something, I'm not going to mention your name every time I address you, right? So I have a personal relationship with these people that I don't feel the need for the formality. But you notice the people that I've never talked to before, I use their name. Hey, John, I see we've been connected, but never interacted. And then I go into the whole conversation. So yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, human being, that's what I want you to lead with. Don't lead with marketing strategies or techniques, but you use just a human element. That's the main thing that makes connections real. And people, as me, as you, and everybody else, we can see through if somebody has an agenda and they really are just trying to talk to us to get something out of us, or if they're genuinely trying to connect. I'm doing everything, whether you are on or not, I'm connecting with people, and whatever the conversation may lead to, it will. I just focus on volume of connections. So every day, minimum 30. Minimum, not a day will go by without me not talking to 30 people. And if you do that 5 times a week, is what? Talked about this in Florida, right? 150 times 4 weeks is what? 600. So if I get 90% of those, no, not interested, not replying, or what, I still have 60 interested people. That's really, really, really good. So that's what I want everybody to get in the habit of doing. Can I do this using my desktop? Absolutely, yeah. So the same exact way as I was going through my phone, you could do it absolutely with the desktop. You just go through that news feed and just you're messaging people, and you can use their own content for conversation starters. So if somebody's posting about a book they read, send them a message about that. Hey, I just noticed you're reading Think and Grow Rich. What chapter are you in? It looks amazing. Hey, I just noticed you posted about your vacations. Where was that? It looks great. So again, the concept is to create conversations. The number one reason most of us don't have prospects is not because there's no human beings. It's because we don't know what to say to them. What I'm working with you on right now is come back to your roots as a human being. Forget the strategy and the technique. Just talk to people about hi and how are you? Because you know what they ultimately are going to say? How about you? That's the opener. That's the opportunity for me to say, glad you asked, actually. I just launched, or I just joined, or I just participated, or I just took over, or I just partaken, whatever you normally say, on a project that I believe is the best thing that's ever happened in my career. What's it about? Are you familiar with the Six Sigma Management Institute? They just launched, and I can have that conversation ultimately however it needs to be had. But right now, it's about connecting with 30 people every single day. Entertain me, somebody. How many people you've talked to thus far? How many people you got?
I'm slow. It's Alice. Hi, Ali. Thank you
Hey.
so much. But I have a question as well.
Talk to me.
I'm finding things like, how do you help people in 10 words or fewer? Women expert is like, what are you doing? Then it says, what do you like doing in 3 words or less? Things like that. Would you respond?
So are you saying on your timeline, those are the posts?
Yes.
So those are called curiosity posts that you're targeted when you see stuff like that. That person is doing it intentionally. So put it like this, right? That's a technique, just so you know. So if you post right now, which do you like best, iPhone or Android? I guarantee you it'll be like a cult. People in the comment will just go and start fighting about which one is best. The reason those are great curiosity posts, as sometimes divisive as they may be, is because you get to go back, which I'm going to show you next. You go back to everybody that commented, liked, and you send them a direct message that simply says, hey, thank you so much for being part of the conversation. That's a conversation starter. Let me give you an example, because this is good, and this will reply about can we do this on desktop, right? So I'm going to go to my posts. You see, there was one that had great engagement. So this one right in here that I posted earlier this morning, the same God that created the amazing galaxies and universe also made me. No mistakes, just as amazing, right? And many people went on to really get very, very excited about this. And I have 81 people that liked, connected with it, engaged with it, right? You see on the right side where it says message. So look at this. I'll go hit that message button, and immediately, hey, thanks for the love, oops, on my morning post. And I'm gonna put you rock. Now I can take this and then copy. And then guess what? Oh, first of all, let me send this. And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Who's with us? Abimbala. Send. And I have now 81 opportunities for conversation starters just with one post. So curiosity posts are amazing, amazing way to capture people's attention. And the best way to do it is, it can be either inspirational, it can be, a picture, it could be anything. What I personally do, if there is a picture, a like, comment, or share from anybody, and I mean from anybody on anything, I'm gonna send you a message, and I'll prove it to you. Look at this guy, AB Karushi. So look at Monday. So today is what, Wednesday, right? This is Monday, just to show you, I do this regularly, right? Look, thanks for the love of my life. And then he sent me a message. Yes, sir. When can we connect? I got a project I have you in mind for. Direct communication, created an engagement. Now I'm prospecting, right? Now, again, I have a relationship with this guy. So, and I can do this all day, like I said. So this one has 81 likes, right? Look at this one, 13. Okay, great. 11. That's an event. 108. So here's another 108 opportunities that I can message another 100 people. And I can do this literally one post a day. And I just send thank you notes, thank you notes, thank you notes, thank you notes. And those thank you notes are going to turn into opportunities to engage and talk to people. Before, we'll do more after. Right on, right on. You guys rock. Alice, you had a question? Go for it.
Sorry, I did it before, but that's all I'm getting are those group experts, and they're.
Are you on your phone or are you on your laptop?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, so let's do this. Go to your computer right now, and your computer, go to desktop and log into your Facebook. Let me know when you're ready, and I want you to share screen, and I'm gonna work with you on your Facebook right now. You're in the hot seat. This is what we call it. You've been selected. Congratulations.
Wow.
It's gonna be fun. So good stuff. So you see where it says, so instead of feeds, it says most recent. See where it says most recent on the left side?
Yeah, here.
Click on that for me. Yeah. So for you, most recent is the feed that I do. Now let's start scrolling down a little. Okay, stop right there. No, go back up. Okay, no, that's a page. Go back down. Come back down. That's an ad. Keep going. Lou, stop right there. Who's Lou?
Oh, I wasn't here.
Well, that's why I told you share your screen. Okay, so you see where it says Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just hover over his name. No, just hover over it. Yep. There you go. So now see where it says message? Click on message for me. Check it out tomorrow. So all I want you to say, hey Lou, how you been? That's it. Hit that enter button. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause because you know what that is? That's a connection. You did it. Now, what you just did right now, we want to do 30 of that every single day. And the reason we want to do that, you're just being a good friend. 5 to 10 out of those 30 will reply to you with, good, how are you? And that's your conversation starter right there. You never want to start with the business. You want to start with an actual relationship. So that's great what you just did, okay? So X that out. Just X that conversation out. No, up top, up top, up top, up top. Right there, there you go. Now let's go back. Now you can scroll again to see down. Keep going, skip the women's group. Keep going. Keep going. We're looking for a real human being. That's my guy, Steve Harvey. Keep going. Okay, that's a group. Okay. All right, so it looks like you don't have that many friends, which is okay. I'll show you the trick to the magic. Keep going. David Wolf, I will follow him again.
Women's Lou again.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
stop. There's Darren. Okay, let's do the same thing. Hover over Darren's name, message. Okay, so I want you to write, hey, Darren, I sent you a friend request. Because I see you sent him a friend request. And just type, I so look forward to learn more about you and your professional background. And just leave it at that. You're doing amazing, by the way, because most people won't do what you've done, which is the hot seat. That most people would I'd rather just keep to myself. So major kudos to you. And the fact that you're doing it, you're actually co-creating a great opportunity. Me and you right now are teaching everybody together, which means what? There you have an organization, you can teach them this on your own. So this is fantastic. Alice, did you have a question?
I guess, no, I guess I need
Oh,
to.
that was you with your hands up. Sorry. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking. Okay, so X that out. And then go back because you actually clicked on his profile. Just go back.
Back. Oh, the arrow?
There you go. You are a rock star. Okay, who is that young lady?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Sylvia. So
Fine.
so don't click, just hover over her name. Wait, and now you click on message. Oh, you clicked on it. That's okay.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay. So Grace
I
and Peace
think she's the one that I sent one to before.
Beautiful. So you were on a roll. Okay, so just you get the concept, all right?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
beautiful. All right. I'm gonna
Thank you.
stop your screen share. You are doing amazing. I want you to keep going. Now, when we stop, don't make your minimums your maximums, folks. Make sure you keep on going. If you have another hour, another 2 hours, even if it takes you 2 hours to send 30 messages, it is income producing activity. So phase one is connecting with people, right? You create a dialogue. When they reply, when they respond, you go into phase two, which is discovery. Discovery, excuse me, is the how you been and what you up to, how you keeping up since COVID, how are you doing with the inflation, how are you doing with whatever. And there's plenty subject matter, gas prices, there's a lot that's going on in the world, right? You're doing that because you want to identify a reason why. You want to identify a pain point. When they say, well, we're barely keeping up, now you have a reason to talk to them about business. See, when someone tells me I'm barely keeping up or we're still struggling or whatever that may be, that's when I change the conversation to prospecting. So 1, connect. 2, discover. 3, prospect. So the prospecting is I totally relate. So always start with empathy, relatability. Hey, I totally relate. My wife and I actually were very concerned about everything post-COVID. We almost lost a lot of our traditional businesses. That's why I decided to partake on a home-based business. That's why I am so excited that my wife and I just started an online business that allows us to make money from our cell phones. Simplify. You don't have to complicate. Simplify, right? But pause. Don't go into full presentation mode. Just pause. Wait for how are you doing that? So I totally relate. That's why my husband and I, or my wife and I, or my brother and I, whatever the relationships you have in your life, have decided to start an online business that allows us to get paid from our cell phones. That's, by the way, my prospecting conversation. Now, if I really, really know you, hey, when can we get on a Zoom? I need to talk to you. Just like I would talk to my brother, my sister. But if there is just an acquaintance, always lean on, I totally relate. This is why my significant other and I, whomever the relationship is, decided to start an online business so we can get paid from our cell phone. 99% of the time, the question they will ask is, what kind of business? That is now where you're going to go on invite mode. So we went from connecting, then we went to discovering, then we went to prospecting. Now we're going to go to inviting. Well, I can't. This is what I say. Again, this is my language. I cannot explain it all via text, but I can give you access to the information. Would you prefer to attend a live session with my partners and I, that's Thursday night Zoom, or would you rather me send you a pre-recorded session? Two options. See, when you give people options, they pick one. Would you rather attend a live session with my business partners and I, or would you rather a pre-recorded session? They'll pick one. I'll take the pre-recorded session. Great. Let me get the link. Before I do, when can you and I have a follow-up conversation just so I can get some feedback? I don't send the link until I get the feedback. Always, always, always. If they want the live session, great. I'll send you the link about an hour before Thursday night. That way it's fresh in their inbox. That way I guarantee that they're going to be coming. See, there are phases to this. This is why you need to do 30 conversations a day, connections a day, because when it's time for me, you know, some people are going to be immediately, I'm just inviting. Others, I'm just connecting. Others, I'm still discovering. But if you have 30 conversations a day, you got a pipeline that is so full of activity that sometimes you forget how many people you were supposed to go back and talk to. That's why I use the timeline. See, the timeline and chronological behavior, it keeps me on top of my feed, because if I see you, I'm automatically sending you a text message. Now I'm going to take a pause and see if anybody has any questions.
Ali, how do you like eliminate people? You know, you're trying to maintain focus. So do you just go to your timeline? I mean, my problem is I'm doing all this stuff. I can't keep track of who I sent what to.
Very good question, sir. So I personally don't keep track. I just go to my timeline, and here's why. See, when I see that I talked to you the first, the second, and the third time and you didn't respond, I unfriended you. You're no longer in my timeline. If you tell me, no, thank you, not this time, that's okay. I'll maintain friendship, but I won't message you next time that I see you. See, the other piece of the algorithm, there's two pieces that control what you see on your timeline. The first one is the bio, the information that is in your bio, right? So that shows you other people who have similar things. The second thing is who you talk to on Messenger. See, every time I talk to you in Messenger, see, you notice I sent you a link yesterday as much as I did to the rest of the executives yesterday. You were popping everywhere on my timeline today. I've never seen most of your stuff. Today, I was like, you know, yesterday, I'm like, he's traveling. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Then today, I saw, you know, the picture that came up of us on the event, and it was just your content everywhere. Why? Because I talked to you on Messenger. Here's how that works. Facebook says, oh, Alan and Ali are talking in Messenger privately. They may like each other. Let's show each other's content to one another, because we're going to keep looking and engaging with each other, and they put ads in the middle. That's how they make money out of us. It's attention. So if I don't talk to you on Messenger a couple of days in a row, you're most likely not going to appear on my timeline unless I do the chronological order. But I don't keep track. And I'm telling you what I'm doing right now. I've been doing it for the last 6, maybe 7 years, exactly this very same way since I learned it. And thank you, God, I have never found myself in a position to say, I ran out of people to talk to for my business. So I hope that answers your question.
I use Facebook primarily up to this point that's my personal.
Yep.
I've got a pretty diverse background, so I got, you know, a group of people that are my motorcycle friends all over the world. I got a people from my wrestling community. Mm-hmm. And so I've never really used, and what I've found is when I posted great discovery stuff, I got people that are checking out because they don't want to see that. They want to talk to Alan, the person.
Yes.
And so How do you deal with that?
There's a rule to the madness, the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, let them have Alan at his finest. 20% of the time, you do a little drip in here now. If you notice, even in my timeline, 90% of my stuff is it's a note to my wife every single morning. It's a motivational piece. It's a Facebook Live, and everything else that just organically comes on, right? That's all I do every day. Minimum of 3 posts a day, no more than that, right? But then once a week, like let's say if it was Thursday, I am so excited. Tonight is the night to launch the greatest campaign or the greatest project on my career. I leave it vague. I don't say what it is. And that usually gets, what is it? Info, please. What are you talking about? What project or whatever the case may be, right? So the rule that I learned, and again, folks, I don't know everything. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me. Here's what I was taught. Tell me why you are doing it. Tell me how it is helping you. Don't tell me what it is. The moment you tell me what it is, you lost my attention. I no longer have to talk to you. I can just go to YouTube or Google and I can get all the information. So tell me why the great discovery. Tell me how is the great discovery impacting and helping. Don't tell me what the great discovery is. That way you're keeping the curiosity going in a major, major, major way. I hope that answers your question. You got it. I read lips too, so be careful if you talk about me. You're muted, so I know what you said. All right, anybody else?
And Choi.
Hey.
Yes. I've seen many times in the past, individuals' profile has been stolen and duplicated.
Yes.
How do you differentiate, or should you be concerned about that when you're trying to communicate with different individuals? And how do you actually weed out the bad people?
Yeah, so two things. Number one, go under your settings, and under security, you have plenty of things that you can do as preventative measures. For example, two-factor authenticator. That means if someone anywhere around the world was to try to hack or get into my Facebook, I get a notification. Like if me personally try to log in from Facebook with my own information from a different device, I get a message, a text message, not a messenger or no, like an actual text message. This person is trying, like this device is trying to log into your Facebook. Is this you? And I have to reply yes or no, just like a bank, right? I have to reply yes or no to approve. So you want to do that first. Secondly, you can put, again, some preventative measures where you verify your information from behind the scene with Facebook. You can put your address, you can put like things that Facebook would ask, where do you live, in a different device, or, who are you, whatever the case may be. Now, the last piece, there were many times that people try to create a fake account with my own information. Two things, either they're bots, like automated systems, or they are actual real bad people out there, right? So every 90 days, I have a reminder on my phone. Literally, it notifies me. Change your password. This is the very first thing, every 90 days. The second thing, every 90 days, just type your name. When you change your passport, type your name on the search. Like I literally type Ali Madawi, and I would see if there's any other Ali Madawi pages. First of all, if that ever happens, congratulations, you're making noise. Someone sees value in your account and think that I can literally use their influence. That means you're doing something good. But then you can just report it as somebody's pretending to be you. That's what I do. And again, it still can happen, just like you can have all preventative measures for identity theft and someone can steal your identity. But if you have preventative measures, you're minimizing that risk extremely, extremely lowest point possible. I hope
that is to protect your profile. What about if the person's trying to have a conversation with you? Should you keep checking to see if it's a real person or a fake person before you have a conversation?
So it depends. If the person sent me a friend request, I usually ask a direct question, and it's usually, actually, thank you so much for your friend request and connection. Out of curiosity, what inspired the friend request? So I want to know, what is your purpose? What's your motive? I look also on your profile as well, and you can tell, for the most part, real from the fake. But I ask directly. If I get a friend request, I usually ask what motivated the friend request. And usually I'll get like an automatic blurb of like, we want you to join us because we have the best CBD company ever. Great. I send it to, I just archive it. I don't even read it. And then I disconnect from the person. But there is no software or system that can flag the person. This is not a real, unfortunately, there isn't. You just have to read the profile, ask direct questions, and see where it goes from there.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Anybody else?
Yeah, this is Ross Quinn. I'm driving, so sorry I'm speaking from the dark.
You are good, my friend.
The one of the things with Facebook especially is a lot of the people that are hacking aren't hacking into your account. What they do is they copy some of your pictures and make an account under your name. Then they send friend requests to all of your friends. So the number one thing you need to do is go to your friends list and hide it. Just hide your friends. You don't want people trolling your friends list. That'll keep, and if we all did that, then nobody would be sending us these bogus friend requests.
Beautiful.
Otherwise, when somebody requests friendship from me, you can almost always tell, because a lot of times I get requests, because you'll be getting a request from somebody you're already friends with.
Absolutely.
And so I just look at it. If it doesn't have any posts or it's only been up for a day, I just delete it and report it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, my friend.
Yep.
All right, I got about another 5 minutes and I want to show you real quick and then we'll close with some final remarks. Oops, check this out. We have a problem. Great. So you see this gentleman, the very first one? Directly, I asked him, hey, I'd like to have a virtual coffee. He said, sure. Do you have a booking link? I send it to him and he can go right into my calendar. Oops. Sense. Here's another one. Man, this was a long time ago. Wow, 2019. They're doing well. I wanted to reach out to you because I saw you are based in New Jersey. I'm looking to expand my business in the area. It may not be. Love it. Let's schedule a meet and greet. Some people just come right to you sometimes, huh? And .com / trying to avoid my face. There you go. Me. On to the next. So when somebody gives you just a heart like that, that means thanks, but I don't want to talk right now, which is totally okay. Let's see what he sent.
Hey, I can be free in 10 minutes. I might be a little bit distracted because I have to order coffee, but I'll be available. Let me know.
First world problem, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be very distracted because he's going to be ordering coffee. Don't let me interfere with the coffee. What's tomorrow looking like? All right, and then I think there was more. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks for keeping you. You're amazing. I'll catch up with you Friday to see your last smile. All right. Let's connect soon. So you notice, like, literally conversations everywhere, and sometimes some I'm ready right now to talk to them about business. I'm just drop the whole desk. Others, I need to do a little bit of discovery. Others, we're still in connection phase. But as long as your pipeline is full with connections, you're always moving the needle. And every time you're doing this every single day, those 30 connections, some of them you talked to in the past and you're now prospecting. Some of them you haven't talked to them at all and you're connected with. Some you are invited, and so on and so forth. I hope that makes sense, folks. Any final questions anyone may have? We got 1 minute. Going once. And the question that you probably thinking and not asking, are we gonna do this again? You better believe that we are gonna do this again many, many, many times. Coach Smile, I see the smile. You better believe we're gonna be doing this a lot because this is what I consider income producing activities. Scrolling is not an income producing activity. Creating a picture, an image, or a video is not an income producing. It's part of it. It leads to it. But if you are not talking to a human being, inviting a human being, presenting to a human being, following up with a human being, if the conversation is not happening with another human being and leading to the great discovery, you're not having an income producing activity. You're just not. So I want to make sure that I'm setting up the proper expectation, but you have my word, we'll be doing this again. Two things that I want to close with. I want everybody to do what I just worked with you on right now and invite to Thursday nights, the tgdme.com, Thursday night, I believe at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tgdmeets.com. I'm personally going to be presenting this Thursday night, the full overview from top to bottom. So I'm recommending and asking you, let's pack it out. Literally by the simple conversation that I showed you. I don't think I showed you anything that you're not capable of doing. You're saying hi to people and how are you and how you've been, and you're asking them what's going on post-COVID, and you're just being a human being. Let them tell you the pain point. Let them tell you what they're dealing with. And you can then say, I can totally relate. This is why my significant other or I started an online business that allows me to get paid for my cell phone. Well, how does it work? Well, I can't explain it via text because it'll be forever, but would you rather join me on a live session this Thursday night at 9 p.m. or do you want a pre-recorded session? Pre-recorded, I have one from last week. New, they're gonna come. Either way, we're gaining exposure. Can I get your commitments? 30 a day. If you just get good at communicating with 30 people a day, everything else works itself out just like that. Let your human lead, not your strategy or technique or what's the best script that I can use. I didn't use any script. You saw it with your own eyes. I said knock knock as a joke to people. I said how you been. I said one last chance that I'm talking to you right now. Be human. Don't be a business owner because these people are not yet business owners. They're not developed that way yet. They're just human beings. And if you talk to them as a human being, everything else works itself out. So I thank you and I appreciate you. And I'm really, really excited for this journey that I'm